So, can you go ahead and introduce yourself for me?
Yeah. My name is Vian. Vian Haziel is my artist name. I'm 19 years old and I'm a music major here at Columbia.
Hmm. What parts of making music do you participate in?
So mainly my thing is songwriting. Um, I also like sing my songs. So singer. Um, and I play guitar, piano, and I produce a little bit.
Ooh, okay, multi talented.
Yeah.
What's it like being a music major here at Columbia?
So it's really nice, honestly. There's like so many resources here at Columbia. We have like access to like studios, music practice rooms. It's just really nice. And like there's so many like cool, talented musicians here. I've been able to like collaborate with, um, and there's just like for the classes, they have like really good classes that like really have like helped me develop my skills as a musician. Um, and just like make my music a little bit more interesting.
Hmm. Why did you find yourself wanting to pursue music at a college level?
Um, so it started the summer before my senior year. Um, at that point, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I even wanted to go to college. But then I did this 5 week summer program at Berkeley, College of Music, because I'm from Boston. Um, and it was a really cool experience. I got to perform for the very first time ever, and I performed my original songs. I took like classes in songwriting, uh, did like some music theory classes, voice lessons, and it was really nice. And when I performed for the very first time, the response I got from people, um, they were clapping, they were cheering, they were like really excited about what I had just performed. And even though I had performed without any instrumental, without a piano or guitar to accompany, it was just me, my vocals, and a cappella. Um, People loved it, and I was like, I love this feeling, and I think I want to perform and keep writing music and pursue music in college. So that's what I did.
I love that.
Yeah.
What got you into music?
Um, I remember it's kind of an interesting story, but in like 2019, it was like the summer of 2019. I just watched like this interview. It was like a little Apple like 15-minute interview or maybe 5 minutes with Billie Eilish, and I know I like she had like been on my radar just because like I know she had like been starting to get popular, and I liked her music. Um, and I just listened to the interview, and she was like, I didn't really like go with the intention of making like a hit song or anything. She just kind of made what she whatever she wanted or like felt like, and if the world didn't perceive it the way she had hoped for it, oh well, at least she made something that she liked and was proud of. And I was like, for the longest time I had this idea that like I can't write music because I'm not gonna be like these hit makers like Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. But I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll try it. So first I wrote like a poem, and that's what I just kept like writing poems, and then I started adding melodies to it, and then I created my first song, and it was based on like my life experiences, um, and what I was like going through at the time, and it came out pretty good, and I just kept on writing, and I just developed as a songwriter, and it was fun.
What do you love most about creating music?
Hmm, that's a good question. I I just love being able to express what I'm feeling on a day-to-day like basis. That's kind of what songwriting is to me. It's kind of my way of letting whatever I'm feeling just kind of come out and process in it. I also just like the fact that when I write a song and finish it, I'm just like I can be satisfied with the fact that I created this, like it's fully original, and literally no one else could have made it because no one has been through all the exact same like sequence of life experiences that I've had to be able to write those exact lyrics and produce that song. So I think that's really cool because it's mine.
Yeah. If you weren't doing music, could you imagine yourself possibly doing anything else?
Mm, I know my parents have asked me that multiple times, but no. I When I was younger, back when Elon Musk wasn't such a interesting weird person, I wanted to maybe go to space, um, maybe go to Mars, and maybe make the world a better place. But I don't know. That was such a high um, goal, and
Now you're just making the world a better place with music.
yeah, and yeah. I'm making the world a better place with music, and yeah, and I love what I do. So yeah.
So I heard you've got some big news coming up. Would you like to announce what that is?
Mhm. Um. So I have a single coming out October 18th. It's titled Vian with a question mark, and I'm really excited. It comes out so next yeah, October 18th, next Friday, and I'm just really excited because this is my first single ever, and I'm just excited. Yeah.
Why Vian with a question mark?
Mm. So a lot of people like without me explaining what it is are just like, is it because it's your first single ever and you're not really sure about your journey? And I'm like, no, it's actually there's a little bit more lore to it. So during my relationship with the person that this song's about, there'd be times when I'd stop texting my ex for a day or two because I was just frustrated with some of the things that she did. And she knew this, that I was frustrated when I did this. And so after a day or two, she like texts me, Vian, with a question mark. And part of me hoped that she reached out after we stopped talking, but like after the breakup, but she didn't. And so I could just only imagine what she was thinking. And that works well. Like the Vian with the question, that whole like that the Vian with the question mark just it fits the concept of that song exactly. So that's why I named it Vian with the question mark.
Oh. So, are you doing anything exciting to celebrate the release of your song?
Yeah. So it's still I'm still trying to like figure out the finer details of it. But I'm gonna have some sort of like release party. Either it's like gonna be on campus at a venue space that I'm trying to book right now, and there's gonna be a performance with that in the release party. We're also gonna listen to my song, and for the performance, I'm gonna be singing a couple of my originals, one cover, and it's gonna be with my suite mates from freshman year because we all play different instruments, and so I thought it would be a cool idea for us to reunite and make a cool, different like arrangements of all my original songs. Um, yeah, I mean, still I'm waiting for like confirmation for the venue, but worst case scenario, it will be an Instagram live stream because I'm anyway gonna Instagram live the event as well, so all my fans back home in Boston can also tune in. But either way, it's gonna happen, and I'm excited because I'm gonna be doing a performance, and I'm excited about this performance. And then we'll, of course, listen to Vian, a little sneak peek of it before it comes out.
Nice. Okay, little Vian concert. Okay. Where did the inspiration for your upcoming song come from? What's the story behind it?
So, as I said, I went through a breakup. This was 2 years ago, and when I wrote this song, I was on a trip to my home country, Sri Lanka. My family just decided to go back there because we hadn't been there in like 6 years. Um, but it was fun. Being back in my home country. I got to try all the foods that I tried as a kid. Um, See elephants, peacocks. Those are things you don't see in America. Um, but you know, I was still like heartbroken, and whenever we would just come back to the hotel we were staying in, all I did was just hide under the covers, and I just didn't want to come out. Um, but one morning, I just woke up and I was just like, I wonder how she's doing. Like, does she even feel anything for like what happened? Like, does she even feel guilty about the relationship ending? Um, and then I got this melody in my head. Oh, tell me, did you run away? And subconsciously, I was writing in the perspective of my ex, but I didn't know that. Um, but I didn't really want to get out of bed, but I forced myself to get up. I picked up my notebook, and I just continued writing to the song. And in less than 10 minutes, I had the entire song. So you could say I really needed to get that off my chest.
What was the process like making your first ever single?
So the process for making it's been a long journey. It's been kind of challenging because I initially I was like working on with the producer. Then the producer ghosted me, and all I had was the audio file of the song, just like the piano melody and the chords. So I had to brush up on my music theory, use the audio file, and try to decipher all the chords and the key and the tempo and everything. I just had to do it all from scratch, and I also had to get better at using Logic. Um, and I got like all the over time with the help of also my music teacher, um, two of my music teachers actually. I was able to finish all the instrumental, um, and then I got all the equipment to record vocals, but that took like that took months because like I needed to also like save up for all these stuff to buy, um, and then I had to figure out how to use Logic because I wasn't a producer. I didn't know how to produce at that time, and over time it slowly came together. And at the end of my freshman year at in Columbia, I I finished recording like the vocals and everything, but I kept like re-recording all the vocals and stuff because I don't know, I kind of since it was my first song ever, I kind of wanted to perfect it, and I think I was kind of overthinking it too much because no matter what you do, nothing's ever going to be perfect. And then honestly, when I sat like listened back to it, it sounded too perfect. Like that at that point, it didn't sound authentic anymore. So I was like thinking about working it over the summer because I had this stuff, but also I didn't know how to mix or master it. So I decided I'd wait till I come back to Columbia. I came back, and what I was doing, I was just like, because I knew like a bunch of friends who like produced, but I didn't know how well they would work with vocals like mine. So I just kind of like listened, like I would like with them in their studio and kind of listen to how they produced. And my friend Kevin Mendoza, I he had just recently learned over the summer how to mix and master, and I was like really impressed with what he was able to do with one of his songs. And I was like, do you want to mix and master my song? And he was like, totally, dude. And we finished mixing and mastering it like in 2 weeks. And when we finished the song, I was like, it's done? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, I can't believe it's done. And now it's coming out. So it's crazy.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
When you write music, do you pull most of your like content and lyrics from the things that happen to you in your life, or do you just sort of use like broad universal experiences?
Most, like 99% of my songs are literally from, well, actually maybe like 95% of my songs are from like my personal life experiences, because again, that's how I process what I'm going through. But then sometimes I'll get like Dancing with the Stars. I'll just get like this weird, like, I don't know, poetic kind of thing, that's not inspired by anything particularly. It's just that, I don't know, it's just some cool melody and cool lyrics, and I just continue writing to it. Yeah, Dancing with the Stars was, which is the single that's gonna come out after Vian. I literally just got like, what, if you could dance with the stars, it would be halfway across Mars, and it doesn't really make sense, but in a way, it's a love song, so like love doesn't make sense, and it's kind of poetic in a way. So yeah, so that's why I say 95%, because other 5% is like songs that'll just randomly come up.
Well, on that note, are there any more projects in the works that we should be on the lookout for? An album, perhaps?
Maybe. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna be releasing Dancing to the Stars next, because I know a lot of people want that song. I've been performing that a couple of times, and people really love that. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. And then I'm maybe gonna release 1 or 2 more singles. We'll see. And then the album, which I've already had the concept for the album for like 2 years. It's gonna be titled Flawless, and basically it's gonna start with some like the album. It's gonna start with like some love songs, Dancing with the Stars, of course, and then slowly as you get through the album, you start to see that there's actually flaws in this relationship, and this relationship that I thought was flawless was really not. And it's also kind of funny, like ironic in a way, because like I'm titling it the album Flawless, and the album's obviously not going to be perfect, so I think that's kind of cool.
And just to wrap up, if you could tell one thing to child you, what would it be?
Well, so as I release more music, I will obviously reveal more of my story. But I would tell my child me that you don't need to let your mistakes define you, and instead you can use them to help you become who you want to be.
Thank you. Is there anything you would like anyone to know about? Anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, so like I said, Vian is coming out October 18th. Be on the lookout for that. And stream Vian.
Stream Vian, guys.